situation. It was such a
That's
pain
wild.
in the ass. Yeah.
That's wild.
Good
That
grief.
sucks.
All right, I'm recording now. I just got like the intel of that. Welcome to Epps World Entertainment. Everybody, I'm sitting here right now with Namdi and Max. We all work at the same place right now.
What's up?
What's good?
Same little radio station. I know I haven't done this in a while, but I had to get some people on here just because we just watched the Marvel's Television's Daredevil Born Again trailer. First off, thoughts?
Looked cool. I'm not very up to know on most Marvel things, but I'm always open to absorbing new media. So,
From what I can tell, they seem to have kept the same cast and everything. It's kept things kind of fluently from transitioning over from Netflix, which I do like. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, me too. I kept up. I've watched it from Netflix all the way to even his appearances in She-Hulk and Echo and just like other Spider-Man. He was in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in that. Yeah.
Which is the movie that I really want is the Daredevil meets the Spider. I would call it the Devil meets the Spider. I would call it that. And it'd just be Daredevil and Spider-Man together, like teaming up and trying to beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Good grief. Max, you just literally asked us a question about, and this is what got the podcast going. Big time. You asked me a question about comic books, because you're starting to kind of...
Well, yeah, right now I'm watching X-Men 97. I've never seen it before, and I've been playing some Marvel Rivals with my friends, so I'm kind of in that kick, and I was wondering if you have any recommendations, comics-wise, that might be good to check out.
I say as far as, like, if you want to do, like, comics or whatever, I tell people sometimes check out, like, the early Ultimate Marvel Universe stuff. If you do, check out, like, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Fantastic Four. As far as, like, other comics, like Spider-Man Reign is a pretty good one. That one focuses on an old Peter Parker in a dystopian future of New York.
Okay.
And he's, like, contemplating coming back as Spider-Man somewhat in a world. Like, he had put everything down. Like, it's all an askew thing. J. Jonah Jameson is the only person who's, like, they're both, like, old. He's even older. and like, he's just like, old man Parker, you need to put the suit back on. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever happened to Spider-Man used to be for something. It's like, aren't you the guy years ago being like, wait, he's a menace. he's a menace, and he got with his Hitler stash. J. Jonah Jameson really did have kind of a Hitler stash.
A little bit, yeah.
And it was like a mustache with like gray in the middle. Or reversed or something like that.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
I want pictures of Spider-Man bouncing on it.
I want pictures of Spider-Man bouncing. Bouncing what, sir?
Freaking crew.
Thank you, Marvel, for giving us... Yeah. Anyway, what are you guys looking forward to? Because I know this is kind of a Marvel-centric podcast somewhat, but... I guess today. Usually I try to talk about the other stuff like DC and all the other stuff. But like the next big Marvel movie right now is Captain America: Brave New World. And with Anthony Mackie, and that's tracking to make mega bucks right now.
Which is I'm excited to see how it'll turn out, because them not having of course, God with names, but the main Captain America.
You talk Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, played by Chris Evans.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought, especially years ago, back when Endgame was happening, you could tell there's just shifts in just how Marvel was making their timeline. I was like, I want to see how they're gonna play this out, like how they're gonna keep the audience, because I feel like a lot of the audience do have have ties to those characters from before.
Right.
But I think it's been enough time to where people are more excited about an output of something than anything.
Right.
You're saying they were soft rebooting it, like the whole universe a little bit, right?
Right. So after Marvel's, you got Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, they're supposed to be doing like a soft reboot, meaning that a lot of characters like Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, even they're talking big thing they're talking about right now is recasting T'Challa. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're gonna soft reboot it because they understand that sometimes you got to do that. Like comic books, they do that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get like a comic book run for maybe 100 issues, 200, depending. I think one of the longest comic book runs I've ever seen is probably like The Amazing Spider-Man. You know, and even Neri did like a soft reboot for him when he, quote unquote, died from being taken over by Dr. Octopus. Like Dr. Octopus put his consciousness in Peter Parker, and he just wanted to prove he could be the better Spider-Man and whatnot. At first, it was just to like ruin his life, and then he understood Spider-Man a little bit more. He's like, I'm just gonna be the better. You know, and he actually did better. He like literally made money off of all of his inventions. Wow, started Parker Industries and whatnot. But then like Peter Parker started kind of leaking back into his consciousness and whatnot, and so he finally had to kind of give up, you know, his consciousness and move on. And so Parker came back, and then of course Peter Parker was just like,
where have I been for the last
like,
Blink's awake. Where am I? I have a company now?
It reminds me of a Mad TV skit. That's right, I said Mad TV. That's how old I am. It reminds me of a Mad TV skit where a guy who, I guess he went on a bender one night and he woke up as president as the United States. And they're just like, Mr. President, you gotta make this. He's like,
successful bender.
I don't know what is this? Like, what happened? How did I end up? You're the president of the United States? And then there's like a dooming war about to happen. And he has to figure it like this out. He's like, you know what? Grabs a bottle and starts drinking.
Alcohol, the cause and solution to all of life's problems.
Awesome.
Exactly. So yeah, but this Captain America movie is tracked to do about 86 million to 95 million right now. Over the like opening weekend. Yes.
That's pretty good.
I guess we'll see. Yeah.
Now, there are people who have not watched any of the shows and will be like, "Well, how is he Captain America?"
Yeah, right.
You know.
Well, I really haven't caught up on any of the shows, but I kind of like understand the basic premise on how he became the new Captain America. Like old Steve Rogers passed the torch essentially, and
there's a whole other thing.
There's more stuff.
Really?
Maybe I do have to catch up.
Yeah, because essentially it's just like he hands them, and this kind of blew me away at the beginning of it. It's on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Blew me away. It's just like, at the end of the movie, he's like, Cap comes back old and whatnot. He's like, yeah, I think it's free. Here you go. Like, okay. Here you go, young man. Oh.
Dear boy.
And then it was just, and then nobody knows what happened to Captain America per se. Like, the rumor is that he went to go live on the moon. Which could, in the Marvel universe, could be true. But he went to go live. The rumor is, but then on top of that, Sam is just like, well, I don't know if I want to be Captain America now. It's a lot of weight on me. I'm just going to donate this to the museum. And the government came in and was like, nah, you're good. We'll take that. Thank you. And hello, there, white guy. Come over here. You're now Captain America. Guy who they never said if he had any kind of super serum in him or anything, which I don't think he did. Like, because Falcon doesn't have any super serum in him, and he's still doing like amazing stuff.
Right.
The only three people they mentioned like super serum stuff to is him, Captain America, Bucky, and I guess you could throw Red Guardian in there now. But
yeah, I was gonna say, how does President Harrison Ford, Red Hulk, play into this?
Oh yeah,
Ooh, I'm excited about that. Just from an outside perspective, that's what's interesting.
Right. So that's getting played like this. So an Incredible Hulk going all the way back to the beginning, the second MCU movie.
That's crazy. They're going back to there because I remember watching that in theaters.
Isn't technically the first one didn't come out before Iron Man or something?
No,
like
you're
that?
confusing that with Ang Lee's Hulk, which is not canon.
Oh, okay.
At all. It's canon, but not canon. Like, they decided to lightly sprinkle some of that into the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
But it's not officially canon at all. The first official movie is Iron Man. And anybody can sit there and go online and argue with me on that. I'm opening a door. But you go back to the Incredible Hulk, and after Blonsky, aka the Abomination, gets more of the super serum in him and whatnot, and becomes the big Abomination. He ends up like hurting. I think his name is Stein or whatever, the guy who helped the Hulk. Bruce Banner de-Hulk himself for a little bit, and made like vials and blood and whatnot, and all that stuff dripped into like a cut into his like head and whatnot.
Oh.
And that's how he became the leader, which is like this big like headed bad guy who's like head of a think tank and whatnot. And so the rumor is that he is gonna somehow inject, or not even inject, maybe sneak in something into maybe Harrison Ford's drink. A little bit of gamma. Experimental gamma, because he turned red.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not the color those things usually turn.
No. Like 3 of them are green right now. Like,
yeah.
Bruce Banner, his son, which...
Yeah, right, he has a son now in the She-Hulk show, yeah.
Right.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've only heard...
And She-Hulk.
Yeah, right.
Which we don't know what her fate's going to be at all, because that show did bad, and then there was a whole thing between her and Ryan Reynolds.
Really? Did they beef or something? Is that...
some kind of beef.
Damn.
Or whatever, but it's also like YouTube lore, so it's just like, who knows? Like, people try to like flame.
No seriously confirmed source or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it could be true, it could not be true. Who knows? But it's on board to, like, that movie's gonna have to beat Deadpool and Wolverine completely now.
Yeah.
And then you got like a bunch of other stuff coming out this year too, as far as like Marvel's concerned and whatnot. There are so many people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't. I mean, I don't know how the delegations go. I was sure it wasn't the direct like Marvel in like, where is it, LA or wherever, that like ordered it, but that success of Marvel Rivals, I think, was very good for them.
Yes, Marvel Rivals is everywhere right
now.
Like, I unfortunately, people do not have the game system of my choice right now. But so if you want to donate, feel free to hit me up.
Shout out to all those
PS5,
loyal supporters out there.
For the supporters I don't have. But all right, moving on. Some other stuff. Avatar: Fire and Ash. What do you guys...
Really? Avatar isn't Last Airbender Avatar?
No! That's the thing.
We're talking about that's the blue people Avatar?
Yes, the cat people.
How many of these fucking movies are they going to make?
I knew they were going to make a saga when the last movie came out or something.
I think there's supposed to be 5 movies altogether.
Oh my god.
Wild.
I think I saw like a timeline of the universes, and they go into like, what, like 2040, 2175 or something like that.
That's wild.
Really far into the future. Yeah, I don't know.
I have hopes for them, but I feel like when I last ended that movie, that's not something I wanted either.
I mean, I'm gonna admit, I only really saw the first one. I hadn't seen the second one.
It's literally as long as the first one.
It's long.
It's a long.
Is there a reason why it's so long?
James Cameron.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
bro. Like Terminator, he wouldn't spend that much on at all.
Yeah, right.
Even when Dark Fate came out, he didn't even spend that much on that. Even when Alien, like the new Alien stuff, he was none of that.
Yeah, right. Why specifically Avatar?
Avatar, Titanic. Anything with water or aliens.
For real, anything with water.
Yeah. Empire Magazine says, let's see, this is from an article from who's ready to return to Pandora across Avatar and its belated follow-up, Avatar: The Way of Water. Cinematic master James Cameron has taken audiences into the lush jungles, crystal waters, and serene skies of the variant Navi, or whatever the heck they call it. And at the end of 2025, he is going to do it all over again, with the third installment of the series, Avatar: Fire and Ash. The next chapter of the Sully story will take Jake and Neytiri. That's my racist. I don't know if I can be racist to a blue family into uncharted territory, meeting a new batch of. So we see where this is going. They're just gonna, and there's gonna be some kind of element and they're just gonna go there. That's all that is.
Really?
A new MacGuffin, and then like
Right, it's like, hey.
Yeah, but they're not all directed. It's not directed by James Cameron, right?
Yes.
It is directed by James Cameron? Wow. Okay. That'll be interesting. Then I'm actually interested in this because I've never seen him take part in a actually really a sequel project in general.
All of them. He's invested. Invested in all of this. And every actor, even actors who you don't ever see anymore, have come back.
Like
for this. Like the guy who plays Jake Sully.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
When's the last time you remember?
Wow.
Good grief. Even Zoe Saldana, like she's coming back, and I think she's only doing that TV show Lioness. If I remember correctly.
That's just a well-known actress.
Right. Right. Inside Out 2 is being nominated for BAFTA.
Really? I still have not seen the movie Inside Out 2. I've seen the first one.
I saw the second one first.
Oh, really?
Really?
Have you seen the first one?
Yes, I saw the first one like weeks ago.
Oh.
I like the first one a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it, but the second one kind of hits on like a whole like that's the one thing I like about Pixar. They'll hit on like a mental level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first one, I don't know. The first one was kind of just like go to a place and do a thing, and then that's kind of like the whole story. But then it's like, I don't know. Like the second one was like cool, and I like their touch on anxiety, albeit maybe a little neurotypical like touch on it. But I mean, it's like, you know, it's an entertaining movie at the very least. I like that everyone's a part of the gang now, and that it's not just joy and sadness going through like this maze, and everyone else is just kind of messing around at the top. I don't know. It's it was all right, I guess.
Right.
I liked it.
I'll have to give it a watch. I know they had pretty big name voice actors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got. Yeah.
It's like got Rihanna, right? Maybe, or she's just sing a song in it, I think.
What, in Avatar movies?
Inside Out.
Oh, Inside Out. Maybe. I know there was like a bunch of different actors that they had in it. Aquafina was one of them. She played the one that was just like, oh, this is gotta be perfect. And it literally takes you through like the nerves of everybody. That's in supposedly in our head. Apparently in our head we have like different color of
yeah, we've got like 5 different people in our head all
I'd say it's
dictating
like
our life.
probably great for educating like young people on like, not to say they're not emotionally unintelligent, but like,
no, it's a good way of like boiling down like how to kind of manage your emotions in kind of a pretty basic way, I guess.
Be aware of yourself.
Yeah, like if you let anxiety rule your life, then obviously you're gonna have a warped perception of yourself, and that's like I'm sure that's pretty enlightening for like some kids and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm in support of it.
Yeah, true.
I know for me, when it comes to like honestly, when I saw like Toy Story 3,
oh yeah,
that was where I was just like, whoa, what the bleep, what the beep, because of that one scene where first they helped the pink bear, I forgot his name or whatever.
Yeah,
Ned,
also.
Yeah, I think it was played by Ned Beatty, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
really? Yeah, I think that's.
And they're just like, hey, we've got to get out of this garbage thing or whatever, which looks like hell.
Yeah. Flames are about to engulf them, and they all just kind of like accept their fate for a little bit there.
I am not even to that part. He literally gets up, and they get up there, and he's like, I can reach up and help me. And he's just like, where's your Andy? Like, literally, he's going like, where's your God now? Which, I guess if you're a toy.
What are the implications of Christianity in the Toy Story universe?
Oh my god, that's a whole other podcast. The Christian dissection of Toy Story.
It's got to be a video essay out there somewhere.
Oh, man. And then they get to a point where they're in the thing, the big fiery grinder thing, and they're like trying to panic and whatnot, and just like there's this like thing where it's like one of the toys, I think it's Tom Hanks', I think it's Woody, goes like looks at everybody on one hand and looks at the horse just, and they're all just grabbing hands, going like,
yeah, they all like embrace each other solemnly.
Yeah, and it's like they're gonna take it. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, that ending was pretty.
Right, and then they crucify the bear. That's the thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they freaking crucify him to the front of a truck.
And then Toy Story 4 happened.
The religious metaphors in Toy Story 3.
I remember watching Toy Story 3 a long time ago, but I don't think I ever watched Toy Story 4.
Toy Story
4. That's the one where they get into the implications of creating toys and what
Really?
defines.
So it's actually a thing.
Yeah. There's like a little spork character that comes to life, and he's like, "What am I? Who am I?" And he's like a little like homunculus
That's
toy
so
creature.
Cool looking.
And he's freaking out because he has like a whole existential crisis the whole movie, and Woody has to like guide this character through this unknown territory while also like
I kind of do. That's not interesting.
It's an interesting beat to touch. It's definitely weird that it's not like touched. I feel like if there's ever like down the line with like Cars movies, they're also gonna have to like touch that meta with it too.
They kind of did already.
Did they?
Cars 3, they literally touched it on like, oh, you're getting old. So.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you can't keep. Well, it was like wasn't like the original like Cars premise like they were gonna like take out Lightning McQueen's engine and then engine swap him with like another vehicle, and then like that vehicle was gonna turn into Lightning McQueen, and then Mater was like gonna be like Lightning McQueen, like be in Lightning McQueen's body or something. They were gonna like body swap or some shit. Like that was. I don't know. That's really weird, man.
That
would have been a crazy movie.
The start was already very I don't know what the word is. Something speaking like something object-like into human.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's a really surreal take on it. That's kind of like if that's actually canon in the Cars universe, that would make me feel a little uncomfy in my tummy. I'm not gonna lie.
Good grief, yeah.
Just like the fact that like switching out a body part will make you like just change your consciousness is really strange.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird for a kids movie, and they got like storyboards for it. I think they got like initial storyboards. It's weird, man.
Oh Lord! All right, moving on real quick. TikTok is planning to shut down its app in the US on Sunday. People who have already have the app installed won't be able to use it.
So this has already been,
and this is via the information at the information on X.
Yeah,
so I knew it went to the Supreme Court, or it was going to go.
It's still at the Supreme Court right now.
Well,
they're trying to stall it right now. So it'd be like another like 9 months or 6 months.
Yeah, to delay it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing. I'm kind of bummed. I saw this meme. I don't know if it was real or not about Mr. Beast being like, doing like the Elon thing where it's like, how much is TikTok or something like that? And I was like, well, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that because I don't really. Mr. Beast is kind of I don't know. Interesting guy, but like also, I mean, the whole reason why is because it's like a Chinese owned app that's just like because the real reason is because it's a social media platform where the left has allowed vocal like say in it, and it just seems like that. The reason why why most of the U.S. government doesn't like it is because it's kind of a counter to all the other social media platforms like Twitter that have mostly a right-leaning agenda, especially since Elon Musk has taken over it. But
I was gonna say maybe the same things. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily agree with it being more sort of left or right, but more so in a sense of just, for lack of a term, like U.S., like literally with Facebook. You saw it with Facebook what they did with the whole last week, the whole changing. I forgot what they called it. They think that they're saying they're gonna take away.
The information AI thing.
Yeah. And Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan and was talking about it.
Yeah,
I haven't even listened to it yet.
And him just being in like part of like boards in like the government.
Yeah.
I just see that as like a whole like I see TikTok as a whole like in that sense independent or like not reachable network.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also Chinese based though too.
I think TikTok is probably one of the least threatening social media platforms. Like,
it's somebody.
right now.
It's somebody up there who is being very paranoid about that, and then seeing that everybody there is there. It's just like, well, you know, if they're there and whatnot, maybe we can, we'll shut it down.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll jump on board here, and that's how we get to, go. It'll be, but here's the thing: the servers are here in the U.S.
Yeah, right.
and whatnot. So it's just like, so wait, technically, and then on top of that, the other thing people are saying is like it's kind of silencing everybody's freedom of speech. First Amendment, freedom of speech, and then also the freedom of religion on that one. So they're kind of doing that a little bit to a point, I feel. But it's also just like I kind of get what the government's saying somewhat as far as like technology, but it's just like this. We put all of our information out there.
No, exactly. Yeah, well, literally all of our information is already out there.
Right.
I mean, it's like they sell it. I mean, our information is bought and sold all the time to other countries. It doesn't matter.
But you know how many times I get told that, oh, your password's been leaked in a data leak. I'm like, you need to change your password.
Yeah, for real.
It's just like,
what information do they have on me?
I mean, what do they just want to see what I'm looking at on here? This is the porn. No. Not that I look at any of that stuff.
But there is some kind of not executive, some kind of like oversight, a little bit, even of like Facebook and stuff, because they're U.S. based companies. Wouldn't you argue? Because even they do spread like so much data, and like even say Google,
right?
But like, I guess it's that fear of the unknown. That's probably a lot of kind of like...
They're threatened by how good TikTok's algorithm is. TikTok's algorithm is so specific that, like... It's like that... I don't know if you guys ever saw that John Oliver, but it was like... he was talking about, like, oh, yeah, it's like... The TikTok knew I was gay before I knew I was gay. And it's like... Because the algorithm is so good. It hones in. And other social media companies are afraid they're going to get, like, sold out. And because the United States is the United States, they're going to try to... like they do with electric cars. Like, they put... Like, slap heavy tariffs on electric cars. They're trying to... get TikTok out of the United States because, one, it's foreign, and two, it's doing better than all the other social media platforms, so they're trying to get rid of it. Especially since Elon Musk is now faux president of the United States. So.
Good grief, yeah. And then on top of that, it's funny to me because, and I'm not gonna lie, I've hopped on this app too. Everybody's running to, some people are saying...
Oh shit, that's me, sorry.
That's fine. Some people are saying Red Note, some people are saying Red Book.
Yeah, everyone,
which is funny because it's a Chinese, like, based TikTok platform. And everybody's just jumping there out of, like, protest and all this and whatnot. I'm not gonna lie. I'll follow the masses just to see, hey, what's going on over here?
Yeah.
Just because.
I'll probably do what I did with Blue Sky and Threads. I'll make an account just so I can solidify a username, but then probably never use it.
Yeah. Blue Sky it surprised me big time because I like using that one.
Oh, yeah?
I need to use it a little bit more often, but unfortunately, I get most of my Scooper stuff from X right now. So until they learn how to kind of streamline all that, I have to use whatever's available.
That's the thing about X, the everything app. It sucks and I hate it, but also it's also really fun to use because it's just like everyone always posts. It's just everyone posts stuff on there all the time. So I mean, it's like, that's just where everything is. And sure, every once in a while I see an annoying Elon Musk tweet or an alt-right, crazy weird take, but I mean, also there's cool artwork sometimes and funny memes. So
good grief.
The best. This is the term. I don't know the term, but I feel like to get some you gotta go through the stuff you don't like a little bit to go get some stuff.
Yeah, you have to sort your algorithm a little bit, but
maybe that's what I mean. I'm not as like hip to TikTok as maybe as you guys are. Maybe that's what people really, truly like about TikTok is that it sorts the algorithm so well for you. In a sense of, I don't have to go through what I don't like on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Right.
to say is a big part of me. I mean, personally, I use Threads every once in a while. I just look at it because it's accessibility. I use a lot of Instagram.
Yeah.
But I haven't used X since concurrently. I mean, if I'm gonna be super open, since like the first Trump election.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much like negativity, so much like things everywhere.
It's really polarizing on there.
Yeah.
I can really see how people get turned off by it. I'll admit I have been turned off by it like multiple times because it's just like so many people fighting on there. And
and it was like, and so, but I respect it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I think I can go back to it now. I used to use it back then for like following people I knew and some celebrities, but also people I knew.
Yeah.
So it was different.
I'd say everybody go back to MySpace and call it a day. It was a good run, everybody. But Tom will be there for us, even though he's much older, probably a little bit bolder. But he's still sitting there looking behind his back with a Sharpie. Dry erase marker. All right, moving on. Because I got 2 more things I want to talk about, and I know we have to get to work at some point. Upcoming Star Wars movies and TV shows. So Star Wars just ended the Skeleton Crew TV show, which it was okay. It was cute for what it was. I just finished the last episode last night.
I still need to watch it.
It's about a bunch of kids who end up getting into a ship and then getting lost in space. And then end up getting talked. It's Treasure Island.
Yeah, right. Sounds awesome. Yeah,
it's
from what I've
Treasure
heard.
Island, Space Treasure Island.
Sounds really fun.
Which was, Space Planet, which was the Treasure Planet, whatever it was called, the Disney movie.
Oh yeah, Treasure Planet.
I just didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Jude Law stands out pretty well in it. My big thing is Steve Urkel's in it.
Steve Urkel's in it?
Yes. Leo White.
The iconic voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger and whatnot. Bald. He looks like he's rocking his Forrest Whitaker a little bit, but
did he just fall out of the? I think did something happen to him?
No, he's still there. Like a couple years ago, he tried to open like do a weed strain. Did he really?
Dogg. Really, that's so
Ask Steve
interesting.
called what is it? Urkel or Purple Urkel?
That's
a really good name
really
for it.
Cool. I didn't know.
Which, if I did, I'd be like, you know what,
bro? Yeah, I'm gonna have to find. I'm gonna see if.
But he's in it. Everybody else I really don't recognize so much in there. But it's literally about this kids kind of being on this one planet that's been such in a bubble that they didn't realize that the old Republic is no longer the old Republic at all.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like that's everything's being run by something or someone there called the Supervisor. I don't want to give out too much because we haven't.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Idea of, from my sense, not watching what I know of Star Wars. Of like, I don't think it's been done where there's like these kids or people who don't really know what's going on in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I like takes. I like the takes on Star Wars where it's not like. I mean, I like the political stuff. Like, I think the prequels are like pretty entertaining just because of like the geopolitical like. Oh, how it happens, like how the Star Wars actually happened. That's kind of fascinating. But like, I also like just like things happening around the galaxy.
Somebody got really emotional about their baby mama about to be killed. That's how that happened.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I know what you mean. With like when I played like Knights of the Old Republic or something,
Right.
or the Old Republic. Some of my favorite parts was just a little part like side quests.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
That's what was cool about The Mandalorian at the beginning, where it was just like, there's just like this bounty hunter guy, and he's just going across the galaxy doing like side hustle stuff, and that was like kind of fun. I fuck with that.
He's living the life that we all want to live.
Yeah. And his cool little frigate ship that he just drives around.
I'd say honestly, can be somewhat difficult to like really put into scale how that like the scale of like Darth Vader and like Luke Skywalker when you're first watching it, kind of compared to now.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're like destroying worlds and shit.
Right. But they got a bunch of different projects coming up. The next one's supposed to be Andor Season 2. It's April 22nd of this year. Star Wars Visions, which is like an animated anthology series that they did, kind of like sort of like their version of What If, somewhat.
Oh, okay.
Jon Favreau's Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That's coming out in 2026, and then everything else is like in development. Ahsoka season 2, Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, James Mangold Dawn of the Jedi movie, Mando vs. New Republic movie.
Are these all?
These are all projects that are in development right now.
Do you think they're going to go straight to Disney Plus?
No. Some of these are the movies are. Star Wars would never put a movie on Disney.
Oh
Plus.
yeah.
And they're gonna do a theater run first.
That's cool.
The stuff that's already on there, they're gonna put on there. As new seasons. Simon Kingsburg, Kinsberg, Star Wars trilogy, which I think is supposed to be like the Rey trilogy, if I remember correctly. And all that Rogue Squadron movie, status is unknown. Mandalorian season 4 and Book of Boba Fett season 2. Book of Boba Fett was kind of shitty.
Really?
I'm gonna put that out there. You know what they did with that? They sat there, they got him in there, and then nothing happened.
What?
Like, it's just him going around.
Wait, isn't it like I heard that the reception was very underwhelming because everyone was like, oh, we need to do more stuff with Boba Fett, he's the coolest character in the Star Wars canon, and then they made a show about him, and then everyone was
He's
like,
just walking around going like, yep, I own this now. Cool. These are my guards. I'm gonna make sure this place clean up. You're good.
Actually,
No.
I think I saw like the first episode of it, and literally in like the first like 5 minutes, he just climbs out of the Sarlacc pit, and
See,
it's like
that was cool.
it's cool, but like, how did he do that? It doesn't really like he like used like his jetpack or something, but it's like, isn't that like the whole point, like to be like an inescapable? I thought there was going to be like a little bit more of a
right, but
a
it
little bit
also
more of
goes
a
to
reason.
show that like he was old in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, right.
Instead of being like, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Like the age thing is weird because he's already up there. That actor's already up there.
Yeah.
But it was not good. It was so bad that they had to get Pedro Pascal to come play the Mandalorian for the rest of the series.
Really? Wow.
Yes. And then somehow there's supposed to be a Lando Calrissian movie or series with Donald Glover. And then there's a bunch of canceled stuff. Rangers of the New Republic was canceled because the chick who was on season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian, who played the bounty hunter / marshal or whatever in there, she made some comments about. She made some really, I guess, political comments on what was Twitter at that point, and then everybody tried to cancel her completely. Because that's what we live in. We live in cancel culture. The cancel era. Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy, Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie, and David Benioff and D.B. Weiss's Star Wars movies all been canceled. So all that...
Wow.
That's what we're getting for the next... Supposed to be getting. Now, whether any of this stuff actually goes forward or not,
Yeah.
who knows?
Time will tell.
The last thing I want to talk about is Oscars 2025.
Oscars.
How do you guys feel about the Oscars? You want an Oscar? You guys, everybody here wants an Oscar of something, right?
Oh yeah.
I know more about the maybe Grammys right now, but I say the Oscars.
You're more, yeah, that's right. You're more of a music dude.
You win Oscars for music though.
Yeah, I mean, especially remember what was it, Hustle and Flow?
No, I don't.
Hustle and Flow was a movie starred Terrence Howard as a pimp who wanted to become a hip hop artist, so he decided to start making music based on this little like old beat machine thing and whatnot, and started kind of getting. It's back when the days where DJ Qual, tall skinny white dude who was like the new guy. He was literally in the movie The New Guy, and then also in that movie Road Trip. He was like the really skinny dude in the movie, but it's back when he was getting actual work. And I don't think he's getting much work. But like there's they've already kind of started putting out the front runners and contenders now for the Oscars. Yeah. The Brutalist, which is coming out pretty soon, stars Adrian Brody. I almost said Adam Brody.
That's a contender?
These are contenders and front runners.
Okay.
So the Brutalist, that's coming out pretty soon. I saw a trailer for that already.
Don't know much of that.
It looks pretty okay. You know, it's not my type of movie. I'm not a big Oscar, but it's from like A24.
Oh yeah.
So Conclave, which came out this past like month or two, the priest movie with Voldemort in it.
Oh yeah, right.
I haven't heard about that either. Wow.
Something called If My Computer Will Catch Up With Me. It won't for some reason. I don't know why it's doing this right now. My computer is awesome, filling in time. This is how I do it.
No dead air.
No dead air, because dead air, it means that you have to listen to all your...
And cut it out later.
I'm going to leave it in. Amelia Perez, which is a movie. I have no clue. Some of these movies I have no clue. Honora, which I think I saw the trailer for once, and was just like, this is the life of a sex worker. That's all this movie
what it
is.
is?
I think so.
Wicked,
of course, which has been blowing up.
Oh, yeah.
It's blowing up. So, see, Wicked had the life that Joker Follow the Do should have had.
Oh, yeah.
Where it blew the fuck up and then went to like digital like a month or two after. Joker came out. That second Joker movie came out and shat everywhere. Made $11 million, I think, worldwide.
Really? That's so bad.
I might be exaggerating. Maybe 36.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah. And then got on digital and DVD or Blu-ray because it didn't make any money.
Right.
At all.
That's
Oh,
wrong.
man.
And then, like, if you have never seen the ending of it, it kind of gives an F you to everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, middle finger.
Oh, man.
Me angry.
Right. Dune Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy Chalamet. That's Chalamet. A Complete Unknown, which is also starring him, so he's up for like 2.
Wow.
Movie called
Similar enough.
Real Pain, which has what's his name? Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin, not Macaulay Culkin.
Oh.
The other Culkin. September 5, which is set during the 1972 Summer Olympics terrorist crisis, which I'm pretty sure none of us knew about. Unless, like, I don't know.
So December, it's the 1991?
1972.
No, don't know about that.
Yeah, nobody. 1990. That's a whole other thing. A movie called Sing Sing. The Substance.
Oh, that was good. I watched that movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nickel
Yeah, hers
Boys,
good.
which I just saw the trailer for, which looks like a POV type movie. The Seed of the Sacred Fig. These are all artsy movies. Gladiator 2. Nosferatu.
That was good.
I want to see that.
I like Nosferatu. It was cool.
Was it?
Yeah.
How high were you?
Not at all. Except I was a little drunk. But...
I need a drink after that. And then, let's see. Maria, which is that... What's that? Angelina Jolie movie that came out on Netflix. Challengers, the sexy tennis movie with Zendaya.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's up there for...
Yeah, for as one of the nominees.
That's cool.
Hard Truths, Baby Girl, which just came out. It's just showing how sexy Nicole Kidman is still. Queer. I'm not calling anybody that. That's just the name of a movie.
Korey.
It's just called Queer. Huh.
Queer. Scratch his chin.
Lord, I remember. And then that's it. We saw the movie Better Man.
Yeah, we saw Better Man.
And we were supposed to do a review for that.
Yeah.
And then the snow thing happened.
Yeah, right. Then there was a massive snowstorm in Atlanta. And
Yeah.
Right.
Like
What did you think about that real quick?
I thought it was all right. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a pretty standard celebrity or musician biopic, I guess.
Right.
Except he was a monkey this time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It was just like, I'm an animal.
Yeah, right.
But it had all the standard things. I just liked that it was just him getting fucked up the whole movie.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
it.
it's a biopic? It's
a bio. It's about a musical artist by the name of Robbie Williams, who was in a boy band called Take That. Take That.
Really interesting.
Which is was Diddy's favorite thing to do before his unfortunate. But it was okay. It was funny though. We got out though of the movie, and the woman stopped us first, and she's trying to like promote, and we're trying to promote.
Yeah, we're both like
promoting
trying to network with each other.
Really?
Yeah.
But she called. It was funny though. She remembered your name, but didn't remember my
Oh
name.
yeah, she was like, "Oh yeah, Max," and then you were like,
Michael.
"Michael." Yeah.
No, my name's Korey, but then I call. Sometimes I get called Michael, I guess. And gave her a little like mini review and whatnot. She didn't seem too interested in me though.
But you had the most to say about it, though.
I did. I had a lot to say about it. That's the thing. She don't realize that podcaster.
Yeah, right.
I've done this before since 2011. I have a lot to say, especially when I got people with me. All right, well, that's gonna be it for Epps World. Would you guys be down to do this again?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, if we can try to sneak some days and be like days when
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, you guys want to plug anything real quick? Because I like giving people chances to plug anything.
I have a Instagram where I make crappy little animations called Max204S if anyone wants to check it out. But other than that, not really.
All right.
I got nothing for now, but I will have something in the future.
All right. Well, you guys can always listen here on Epps World Entertainment. You guys make sure you follow everything Epps World, either Epps World ENT or Epps World. It's always going to be at Epps World ENT, anywhere, or the Facebook, which is going to be Epps World Entertainment. And then also just be looking out for whatever projects, because I'm sure we're all going to have like projects here and there to do at some point. Like today, we were supposed to be doing that before 2 o'clock. But anyway, you guys keep on geeking on.
Later, Epps World Nation.
Peace out.
Epps World Nation. Oh my God, we gotta.
Yeah, we got
that.
Yeah.
I'm taking over. It's an Epps World Nation, and then we dress up like fucking that Janet Jackson music video. That's how old I am.
Wow.
The rhythm. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.